First contact, the arrival of the Zirconians. The night sky over the Atacama Desert blazed with countless stars, their light unpolluted by human civilization. Dr. Elena Reyes stood motionless, her eyes fixed on the massive radio telescope array sprawling before her. For years, she and her team had scanned the cosmos, searching for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. Tonight, everything changed. Dr. Reyes, her assistant Marco, called out breathlessly as he sprinted across the control room. "You need to see this." Elena rushed to the main console, her heart pounding. The monitors displayed a clear, rhythmic pattern, unmistakably artificial in origin. "Where is it coming from?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Marco's fingers flew across the keyboard. It's coming from just beyond Mars' orbit. Whatever's transmitting this signal, it's in our solar system. For a moment, the control room fell silent. The implications were staggering. Humanity was no longer alone in the universe, and their cosmic neighbors were practically on their doorstep. "Contact the ESO headquarters immediately," Elena ordered, her mind racing. "And get me a secure line to the UN Secretary-General. The world needs to know." Within hours, news of the alien signal spread across the globe like wildfire. Governments scrambled to respond, religious leaders sought to interpret the event within their faiths, and the general public oscillated between excitement and fear. The signal itself, once decoded, contained a simple message: "We come in peace. Prepare for our arrival." As days passed, more information trickled in. The alien vessels, there were 7 of them, steadily made their way towards Earth. They called themselves the Zirconians, a spacefaring civilization from a star system 40 light-years away. Their stated purpose was to make peaceful first contact and welcome humanity into the galactic community. In New York, the United Nations convened an emergency session to prepare for the impending arrival. Dr. Elena Reyes found herself thrust into the spotlight, advising world leaders on the potential implications of first contact. "We must approach this with open minds and cautious optimism," she addressed the assembly. "The Zirconians possess technology far beyond our own, yet they've chosen a peaceful approach. This could be the dawn of a new era for humanity." Not everyone shared her optimism. General Marcus Blackwood of the United States Space Force argued for a more defensive stance. "We know nothing about their true intentions," he countered. "We must be prepared for any eventuality, including hostility." As the debate raged on, humanity raced against time to prepare for the Zirconians' arrival. A global coalition was formed to present a united front. Scientists worked tirelessly to develop translation algorithms. Military forces around the world were placed on high alert, even as they were cautioned against any provocative actions. Elena found herself at the center of these preparations. Her expertise in xenolinguistics made her invaluable in developing communication protocols. Working alongside a diverse team of scientists, diplomats, and military personnel, she helped craft humanity's first official message to the Zirconians. "People of Earth," the message began, broadcast in every language and transmitted towards the approaching fleet. "We welcome you in peace and look forward to our first meeting. We are a diverse species with many cultures and beliefs, united in our desire for peaceful coexistence and mutual understanding." As the Zirconian fleet entered Earth's orbit, the world held its collective breath. 7 massive ships, each easily the size of a small city, took up positions around the planet. Their design was both alien and beautiful, smooth, iridescent hulls that seemed to shimmer with an inner light. The chosen site for first contact was a remote area in neutral Switzerland. As dawn broke over the Alps, a small Zirconian vessel descended from the mothership. World leaders, scientists, and military personnel gathered in a hastily constructed facility, watching with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The ship landed with barely a sound, its surface rippling like liquid metal. A hatch opened, and 3 figures emerged. The Zirconians were vaguely humanoid, standing about 7 feet tall, with slender bodies covered in what appeared to be a metallic, scale-like skin. Their heads were elongated, with large, multifaceted eyes that reflected the morning sunlight. Elena stood among the welcoming committee, her heart racing. Years of searching the stars had led to this moment. As the lead Zirconian approached, it raised a hand in what seemed to be a gesture of peace. "Greetings, people of Earth," the alien spoke, its voice resonating with an otherworldly timbre. "We are the Zirconians, and we come seeking friendship and alliance." The human delegation stepped forward, led by the UN Secretary-General. "On behalf of humanity, we welcome you to Earth," she responded, her voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. As introductions were made and initial pleasantries exchanged, Elena couldn't shake a nagging feeling. The Zirconians were cordial, even friendly, but something about their demeanor seemed rehearsed. Their eyes, while alien, held a glint of something she couldn't quite place. The lead Zirconian, who introduced himself as Ambassador 6, turned to Elena. "Dr. Reyes, your work in decoding our signal was impressive. We look forward to sharing knowledge with your species." Elena nodded, forcing a smile. The pursuit of knowledge is one of humanity's greatest drives. We have much to learn from each other. As the first day of contact drew to a close, humanity buzzed with excitement and apprehension. The Zirconians had promised to share technology to help solve global issues like climate change and energy crisis. It seemed too good to be true. That night, as Elena pored over transcripts of the day's interactions, she couldn't shake her unease. The Zirconians had been forthcoming with information about their culture and technology, but vague about their own history and the state of the wider galaxy. "What aren't they telling us?" she muttered to herself, staring at the star-filled sky outside her window. The Zirconian motherships loomed above, a constant reminder of how much had changed in so little time. As she turned back to her work, Elena was unaware that her instincts were right. The Zirconians had indeed come in peace, but their definition of peace and their plans for humanity were far different from what anyone on Earth could have imagined. The true nature of first contact was yet to be revealed, and humanity's greatest test was just beginning. Cultural exchange and hidden agendas. In the weeks following first contact, Earth became a whirlwind of activity. The Zirconians, true to their word, began sharing select technologies with humanity. Their first gift was a revolutionary clean energy system that promised to end global dependence on fossil fuels within a decade. World leaders hailed it as the dawn of a new era of prosperity and environmental restoration. Dr. Elena Reyes found herself at the forefront of these exchanges, working closely with the Zirconian scientists to bridge the gap between their advanced knowledge and Earth's current understanding. Despite her initial misgivings, she couldn't help but be swept up in the excitement of discovery. "The applications of this technology are staggering," Elena explained to a panel of world leaders and scientists. "Not only will it solve our energy crisis, but it could also pave the way for more advanced space travel, revolutionize medicine, even help us terraform other planets in our solar system." As she spoke, Elena noticed Ambassador 6, watching her intently from the back of the room. His multifaceted eyes seemed to gleam with an emotion she couldn't quite place. Was it approval? Amusement? The moment passed quickly as he turned to engage in conversation with General Blackwood. The cultural exchange wasn't limited to technology. Zirconian art, music, and literature began to captivate Earth's populace. Their philosophy of cosmic unity and interconnectedness resonated with many, leading to a surge in new spiritual movements. However, not everyone was enamored with the aliens. Protests erupted in various parts of the world, with some fearing the loss of human identity and others suspicious of the Zirconians' true motives. Conspiracy theories ran rampant on the internet, ranging from claims of mind control to assertions that the aliens were actually demons in disguise. Elena found herself increasingly torn. The knowledge she was gaining was beyond her wildest dreams, yet she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The Zirconians were always polite, always helpful, but they deflected certain questions with practiced ease. One evening, while working late in her lab, Elena received an unexpected visitor. General Blackwood entered, his face grim. "Dr. Reyes, we need to talk," he said, closing the door behind him. "What I'm about to tell you doesn't leave this room." Elena nodded, her curiosity piqued. Blackwood continued, his voice low. "We've been monitoring Zirconian communications. Most of it is still indecipherable, but we've managed to intercept and partially translate some transmissions. They're not what they seem, Doctor." Elena's heart raced. "What do you mean?" "They're preparing for something. We don't know what exactly, but words like integration and assimilation keep coming up. And there's something else, references to other species, other planets. We think Earth might not be their first acquisition." The implications hit Elena like a tidal wave. If Blackwood was right, the Zirconians' peaceful overtures might be nothing more than a facade. But why? What could they want with Earth? "We need your help, Dr. Reyes," Blackwood said, his eyes intense. "You're closer to them than anyone. We need you to find out what their real plan is." Elena hesitated. The thought of spying on the Zirconians, of betraying the trust they placed in her, made her uncomfortable. But if Earth was truly in danger— "I'll do it," she said finally. "But we need to be careful. If they suspect anything, who knows what they might do." Over the next few days, Elena approached her work with renewed focus. She paid close attention to every interaction, every casual comment from her Zirconian colleagues. Slowly, a picture began to emerge. The Zirconians spoke often of a great unity, a concept that seemed to go beyond mere philosophical musings. They referred to other species they had encountered, always in the past tense, and there were subtle hints about Earth's future role in their civilization, hints that suggested a loss of autonomy. Elena's suspicions grew stronger when she noticed changes in human behavior around the Zirconians. People who worked closely with them became increasingly passive, almost drone-like in their devotion. Was it just the natural awe of working with an advanced species, or something more sinister? Her breakthrough came during a late-night conversation with Zix. The ambassador, usually so guarded, had indulged in a human custom, drinking alcohol, and became unusually talkative. "You humans are fascinating," Zix mused, his eyes slightly unfocused. "So much potential, yet so fractious. But soon you'll understand. Soon you'll be part of something greater." "What do you mean?" Elena asked, trying to keep her voice casual. Zix smiled, a gesture that didn't quite reach his eyes. "The great unity, of course. All species eventually join. Some willingly, some less so. But in the end, all become one with the Zirconian consciousness." Elena felt a chill run down her spine. "And those who don't want to join?" The ambassador's expression hardened. "That is not an option, Dr. Reyes. Unity is inevitable. Resistance only prolongs the process and causes unnecessary suffering." As Zix excused himself, clearly realizing he had said too much, Elena's mind raced. The Zirconians weren't here for peaceful coexistence. They were here to absorb humanity into their collective, to strip away human individuality and free will. She had to warn everyone, but how? The Zirconians had integrated themselves into every level of global society. Their technology was everywhere. For all she knew, they could be monitoring every communication channel. As she left the research facility that night, Elena noticed a group of protesters outside the gates. Their signs decried alien influence and demanded the Zirconians leave Earth. An idea began to form in her mind. If direct communication was too risky, perhaps there was another way to spread the warning. Elena approached the group, her heart pounding. "I think you're right to be suspicious," she said to the leader, a fierce-looking woman with wild red hair. "But you don't know the half of it. Let me tell you what I've learned." As Elena shared her discoveries, she knew she was crossing a line. Her actions could be seen as treason, not just by the Zirconians, but by human authorities as well. But as she looked up at the alien ships looming in the night sky, she knew she had no choice. Humanity's freedom was at stake, and time was running out. The real battle for Earth was about to begin, and it would take all of human ingenuity and determination to resist the coming storm. Little did Elena know, her actions that night would set in motion a chain of events that would not only challenge the Zirconians, but would also catapult humanity onto the galactic stage in ways no one could have predicted. The galactic stage. The revelation of the Zirconians' true intentions spread like wildfire across the globe. What began as whispers in underground resistance movements soon became a roar that could no longer be ignored. Governments, initially reluctant to jeopardize their relationships with the seemingly benevolent aliens, were forced to confront the truth. Dr. Elena Reyes found herself thrust into the center of a global crisis. Her warning, corroborated by evidence gathered by military intelligence agencies worldwide, sparked a fierce debate in the United Nations. "We cannot allow this violation of our sovereignty to continue," thundered the representative from Nigeria, her voice filled with righteous anger. "The Zirconians must leave our planet immediately." Others were more cautious. "We must consider the consequences," the Chinese delegate argued. "Their technology is integrated into our infrastructure. A hasty action could lead to catastrophe." As the debate raged, the Zirconians made their move. Ambassador Zix addressed the UN General Assembly, his normally smooth diplomacy replaced by cold determination. "We had hoped for a peaceful integration," Zix stated, his multifaceted eyes scanning the room. "But it seems that option is no longer viable. Know this, Earth is but one world among many. The great unity will not be denied." With those ominous words, the Zirconians revealed their true power. Across the globe, their ships began emitting a strange energy field. Millions of humans who had been in close contact with Zirconian technology fell into a trance-like state, their minds seemingly no longer their own. Chaos erupted. Military forces scrambled to respond, but found much of their advanced weaponry, courtesy of Zirconian gifts, non-functional. It was in this moment of crisis that humanity showed its true colors. Elena, working with a diverse team of scientists, engineers, and hackers, raced against time to develop countermeasures. They discovered that certain frequencies could disrupt the Zirconian control signals. Makeshift resistance devices were cobbled together from old radio equipment and distributed via underground networks. Around the world, scenes of heroism and ingenuity played out. In Tokyo, a group of teenage tech prodigies reprogrammed cleaning robots to emit the disruptive frequencies, freeing thousands from Zirconian control. In Rio de Janeiro, samba schools transformed their percussion instruments into massive signal jammers, their rhythms becoming a rallying cry for freedom. As humanity fought back, something unexpected happened. The skies above Earth lit up with the arrival of new vessels, sleek, organic-looking ships that were neither human nor Zirconian in design. A message broadcast across all frequencies. "People of Earth, we are the Galactic Confederation. Your resistance against the Zirconian assimilation has not gone unnoticed. We offer our assistance." The arrival of the Galactic Confederation turned the tide. Their advanced technology neutralized the Zirconian ships, while their envoys revealed a startling truth to Earth's leaders. Humanity's resistance was unprecedented. "In the history of our galaxy," explained Tham Tha, the Confederation's chief diplomat, "no species has ever successfully resisted Zirconian assimilation. Your adaptability, your fierce individuality, these are rare and valuable traits." The defeat of the Zirconian invasion force was swift, but not without cost. Cities lay damaged, millions were traumatized, and the world's trust in the cosmic unknown was severely shaken. Yet, from the ashes of this crisis, a new era for humanity beckoned. The Galactic Confederation offered Earth membership, opening up a universe of possibilities. Humanity would have access to advanced technologies, trade routes spanning the galaxy, and the knowledge of thousands of civilizations. However, this offer came with its own set of challenges. The galactic political stage was complex and often treacherous. Many species viewed the newcomers with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. Humanity's successful resistance against the Zirconians had made them famous or infamous, depending on who you asked. Elena found herself serving as one of Earth's primary ambassadors to the Galactic Confederation. Her experiences with the Zirconians and her role in the resistance made her uniquely qualified to navigate the complex interstellar political landscape. During her first address to the Confederation Council, Elena stood tall, her voice unwavering. Humanity comes before you not as conquerors or subjects, but as partners. We have much to learn, but we also have much to offer. Our diversity, our adaptability, our indomitable spirit, these are the gifts we bring to the galactic community. Her words were met with a mix of reactions, from enthusiastic applause to wary murmurs. It was clear that humanity's journey was far from over. They had repelled one threat, only to find themselves in a vast, complex universe filled with both wonders and dangers. As Earth began its integration into the galactic community, new challenges emerged. Some human factions, emboldened by the victory over the Zirconians, pushed for rapid expansion and militarization. Others advocated for caution and diplomacy. The Proximan Empire, a longtime rival of the Confederation, watched Earth's rise with growing concern. Their ambassadors whispered in shadowy corners of space stations, plotting to check humanity's growing influence. Meanwhile, remnants of the Zirconian collective, scattered but not defeated, nursed their grudge against the upstart species that had defied them. As Elena looked out at the star-filled sky from the observation deck of Confederation headquarters, she realized that humanity's greatest test was yet to come. They had proved they could stand against a threat to their world. Now they would have to prove they could stand with, or against, the other sentient species of the galaxy. The stakes were higher than ever. Humanity's actions in the coming years would determine not just the fate of Earth, but potentially the balance of power in the entire galaxy. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, Elena prepared herself for the challenges ahead. The galactic stage was set, and humanity was about to make its grand entrance. Humanity's ingenuity unleashed. As Earth integrated into the galactic community, humanity's innate curiosity and drive for innovation flourished. The exchange of knowledge with alien species sparked a renaissance in human technology and science, advancing at a pace that astonished even the most optimistic observers. Dr. Elena Reyes found herself at the forefront of this intellectual explosion. Her expertise in xenolinguistics had expanded to encompass a broader understanding of galactic cultures and technologies. She now headed Earth's premier research institute, the Interstellar Innovation Center, IIC, dedicated to adapting and improving upon alien technologies for human use. One morning, as Elena reviewed the latest projects, her assistant burst into her office, eyes wide with excitement. "Dr. Reyes, the Quantum Fold team has done it. They've cracked FTL communication." Elena rushed to the lab, where a team of human and alien scientists crowded around a device no larger than a shoebox. Dr. Amit Patel, the lead researcher, grinned as he explained, "We've combined Zirconian quantum entanglement principles with human information theory. This device can transmit data instantly across any distance in the galaxy." The implications were staggering. Instant communication across vast distances would revolutionize everything from space exploration to galactic trade. As news of the breakthrough spread, Earth's stock in the galactic community soared. But it wasn't just in communications that humanity excelled. In medicine, a team led by Dr. Maria Chen developed a revolutionary nano-regeneration technique, combining Proximan's cellular manipulation technology with human stem cell research. The treatment could regrow lost limbs and repair severe neural damage, offering hope to millions across the galaxy. In the field of energy, human engineers, inspired by the bioluminescent properties of a species from the Andromeda galaxy, created a new form of sustainable energy generation. These living solar panels could adapt to any environment, providing clean power to even the most inhospitable planets. However, humanity's rapid advancements did not go unnoticed. In a closed session of the Galactic Confederation Council, The Proximan ambassador, Kvex, voiced concerns. The humans progressed too quickly, Kvex hissed, his scaled skin shimmering under the council chamber's lights. They barely understand the technologies they're modifying. This reckless innovation could destabilize the entire galactic economy. Zamfar, Earth's ally from first contact, countered, the humans' ability to adapt and improve upon existing technologies is precisely why they are valuable members of our community. Their fresh perspective brings solutions to problems we've grappled with for centuries. The debate raged on, but one thing was clear. Humanity had become a wild card in galactic politics. Some species sought alliances, eager to benefit from human ingenuity. Others, like the Proximans, saw them as a threat to the established order. Back on Earth, Elena grappled with the ethical implications of their rapid advancement. We need to be careful, she advised the United Earth Council. Our innovations could have unintended consequences across the galaxy. We have a responsibility to consider the long-term effects of our technologies. Her words proved prophetic. The quantum fold communication device, while revolutionary, inadvertently interfered with the natural telepathic abilities of the Cerulean Collective, a peaceful species from the galactic core. It took months of diplomacy and technological adjustments to resolve the crisis. Despite such setbacks, humanity's problem-solving skills continued to impress. When a virulent plague threatened to wipe out the agrarian worlds of the Orion Arm, it was a team of human virologists who developed the cure, combining their knowledge of Earth's diverse ecosystems with alien microbiology. This success catapulted humanity from newcomers to key players in galactic affairs. Earth's ambassadors were sought after for their fresh perspectives on age-old conflicts. Human artists and philosophers introduced new ideas that challenged millennia-old galactic cultures. Yet, as humanity's influence grew, so did the whispers of discontent. The Proximan Empire, in particular, viewed Earth's rise with increasing alarm. Their spies infiltrated human research facilities, seeking to steal or sabotage new technologies. Elena, aware of the growing tensions, worked tirelessly to promote cooperation over competition. She spearheaded the Galactic Knowledge Exchange Program, inviting scientists from across the Confederation to work alongside humans, fostering mutual understanding and shared progress. During one such exchange, a young Proximan scientist, Zara, approached Elena in secret. "Dr. Reyes," Zara whispered, her bioluminescent spots pulsing with anxiety, "I must warn you. My government, they plan to strike against Earth. They fear your potential too much to allow it to continue unchecked." The warning sent shockwaves through Earth's leadership. The United Earth Council debated furiously on how to respond. Some advocated for a preemptive strike, leveraging their new technologies into military might. Others pushed for diplomatic solutions, hoping to ease Proximan fears through transparency and cooperation. Elena found herself once again at the center of a galactic crisis. "We didn't fight off the Zirconians just to become conquerors ourselves," she argued passionately. "Our strength lies in innovation and adaptation, not domination. We must find a way to coexist." As tensions mounted, Elena and her team at the IOC worked feverishly on a new project, one that could potentially bridge the gap between species and prevent a devastating war. They called it the Empathy Engine, a device that could allow beings of different species to directly share thoughts and emotions. "If we can make the Proximans understand us, and truly understand them in return, perhaps we can avoid conflict," Elena explained to the Earth Council. But time was running out. As the Empathy Engine neared completion, reports came in of Proximan fleets mobilizing near Earth's furthest colonies. The galaxy held its breath, watching to see how humanity would respond to its greatest challenge yet. Would Earth's ingenuity find a peaceful solution, or would their rapid rise culminate in a war that could tear the galactic community apart? The next few days would determine not just the fate of humanity, but the future of the entire galaxy. The Proximan conflict. The tension that had been building between Earth and the Proximan Empire finally erupted into open conflict. a Proximan battle fleet, under the guise of a routine patrol, launched a surprise attack on humanity's outermost colony on Europa Prime. The assault was swift and devastating, catching the colonial defense forces off guard. As news of the attack reached Earth, the planet was thrown into a state of crisis. The United Earth Council convened an emergency session with holographic representatives from every major nation debating the appropriate response. "We must strike back immediately," thundered the Russian delegate. "Show these aliens that humanity will not be bullied." Others urged caution. A full-scale war could devastate not just us, but the entire galactic community, warned the Indian representative. In the midst of this heated debate, Dr. Elena Reyes stepped forward. "We have an opportunity here," she said, her voice calm but firm, "not just to defend ourselves, but to demonstrate the true strength of humanity." Elena unveiled the empathy engine, explaining its potential to bridge the gulf of misunderstanding between species. If we can deploy this technology in the field of battle, we might be able to end this conflict before it escalates further. The council was skeptical, but with Proximan forces advancing and time running out, they agreed to Elena's plan. A specialized task force was assembled, combining Earth's most advanced ships with a team of scientists led by Elena herself. As the human fleet engaged the Proximan forces near the rings of Saturn, Elena and her team worked feverishly to deploy the empathy engine on a larger scale than ever before. The device activated just as the two fleets clashed, enveloping both sides in a field of shared consciousness. The effect was immediate and profound. Human pilots found themselves experiencing the fears and motivations of their Proximan counterparts. Proximan commanders suddenly understood the drive for innovation that pushed humanity forward. In that moment of shared understanding, the fighting stopped. Both fleets hung motionless in space, crews on all sides grappling with the newfound empathy for their supposed enemies. Taking advantage of this pause, Elena opened a channel to the Proximan flagship. "We don't need to fight," she said, her words carried not just by communication systems, but by the shared emotional bond of the empathy engine. "We can work together, learn from each other. Our differences can be our greatest strength." The Proximan admiral, experiencing humanity's perspective for the first time, realized the error of their aggression. We misunderstood," the admiral responded, mandibles clicking in agitation. "Your rapid advancement, it frightened us. We thought you would become the new Zirconians, assimilating all in your path." "That's not who we are," Elena assured him. "Humanity's greatest desire is to explore, to learn, to grow. We want to do that alongside the other species of the galaxy, not at their expense." As the effects of the empathy engine faded, both fleets maintained their ceasefire. The shared experience had opened a door for genuine dialogue and understanding, a new era for humanity. In the weeks that followed, diplomats from Earth and the Proximan Empire worked tirelessly to forge a lasting peace. The conflict that had threatened to tear apart the galactic community instead became a catalyst for unprecedented cooperation. The Galactic Confederation, impressed by humanity's innovative solution to the conflict, invited Earth to take a larger role in galactic governance. Elena found herself appointed as Earth's representative to a new council dedicated to fostering interspecies understanding and cooperative technological development. The empathy engine, refined and improved, became a standard tool in galactic diplomacy. It was used to resolve conflicts that had persisted for centuries, bringing newfound understanding between long-standing enemies. Humanity's unique approach to problem-solving and innovation continued to drive progress throughout the galaxy. The combination of human creativity with the advanced knowledge of older species led to breakthroughs in fields ranging from medicine to space exploration. 5 years after the Proximan conflict, Elena stood on the observation deck of Harmony Station, a massive space habitat jointly constructed by humans, Proximans, and a dozen other species. The station served as a shining example of galactic cooperation, hosting research facilities, diplomatic missions, and cultural exchanges. As she watched ships from across the galaxy dock at the station, Elena reflected on humanity's journey. From isolated species on a single planet, they had become key players in a vast galactic community. Their rise had not been without challenges, but at each turn, the core of what made humanity unique had shone through. "Dr. Reyes," a voice called. Elena turned to see Zara, the young Proximan scientist who had warned her years ago. Now, Zara was a respected xenobiologist, working alongside humans and other species on projects that would have been unimaginable before. "The Council is waiting," Zara said, her bioluminescent spots pulsing with excitement. "They're ready to hear the proposal for the first extragalactic exploration mission." Elena nodded, a smile spreading across her face. Humanity's drive to explore, to push boundaries, had not diminished. If anything, it had grown stronger with the knowledge that they were not alone in the universe. As she made her way to the council chambers, Elena passed by a group of young cadets, humans, Proximans, and several other species, all training together for future missions. Their easy camaraderie, the way they effortlessly shared ideas and built upon each other's strengths, filled her with hope for the future. The challenges ahead were immense. There were still tensions to navigate, mysteries to unravel, and untold wonders to discover. But humanity had found its place among the stars. They had proven that their adaptability, their creativity, and their capacity for understanding were not just valuable traits, but essential ones for the progress of all sentient life. As Elena prepared to present the proposal for humanity's most ambitious mission yet, she knew that this was just the beginning. The galaxy had changed humanity, but in turn, humanity had changed the galaxy. Whatever the future held, they would face it together, united in their diversity, stronger for their differences, ever pushing forward into the unknown. The stars beckoned, and humanity, along with their new allies, was ready to answer the call.